Welcome to this edition of Mayor's Report Livermore. I'm your host, Dr. Marshall Kamina. Joining me today is Mayor John Marchand from the city of Livermore. Welcome, Mayor. I'm sure glad to see you today.
Always good to be back, Marshall. Good to see you.
Do you have some topics you'd like to share with us?
All kinds, but first let me hit Mayor's Choice, because just yesterday we had the ribbon cutting for Flagpole Plaza. And you know, I'm very fond of the downtown, as are you. That's where we've been able to bring together some of the elements that define Livermore right in the heart of our downtown. Really, our downtown is the identity of Livermore. So we've got Stockman Park, which celebrates the Stockman heritage of the founders of Livermore. Mendenhall and Livermore were both Stockmen. We have, and it's also recognizing the veterans of Livermore, Pleasanton, and Murray Township. And it is my hope that once the litigation is over, we'll finally be able to start construction on Veterans Park, which is right behind the Stockman Park. But as I said, we had the ribbon cutting for Flagpole Plaza, and that's we redid the whole streetscape. It's now fully ADA compliant. We took out the bluestone, and now we have stamped concrete. But that area was designed as a gathering spot. But then when COVID-19 hit, the world ended as we knew it, and we instead converted that into dining spaces. We cut it up for dining spaces, and then we've removed the decomposed granite, because that was just kind of ugly to work with. So we've got that. We've got enhanced lighting down there. We've got it's tied into our real-time awareness center with the police department, so there's better security there. Originally, the flagpole wasn't where it is today. Originally, it was, when they did the original dedication of the original flagpole in 1905, it was said, the people of Livermore have done more than raise a pole and float a flag. They have erected a monument to the love they bear for their country. We have placed it here where all roads join from north and east, south and west, so that they may see it as they come. That was said at the dedication of the flagpole.
And who said that?
That was, it was John Clark was his name, John W. Clark. He was part of the flagpole committee.
I see.
The flagpole originally weighed 5,300 pounds, and they bought it for $273. Times have changed. Before they moved it, it was literally where the roads joined. So it was in the middle of the street. And Johnny Michaels actually kept count. And he said that pole was hit more than 60 times in its life until they moved it across the street.
Johnny Michaels, the almost lifelong chief of police?
Right, that's the one. But it was hit over 60 times.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was in the middle of the street, but you'd think people would know where it was, and they'd miss it. But we've redone the Flagpole Plaza. We had the ribbon cutting yesterday. And as you may remember, Livermore was voted by the readers of the East Bay Times as having the best downtown in the East Bay. And with the renovated Flagpole Plaza, we're just continuing to make it better.
I think you're right. I'm proud of it, aren't you?
Absolutely. It's the heart of our downtown, and I'm very proud. That's where Livermore Plaza is, the Flagpole Plaza, Lizzie Fountain, which is of course named for two Lizzies, and then we've got the Stockman Park. So all those things, all of our heritage is right in our downtown.
Lizzie Fountain, at one time may have been called something else. I'm not quite sure.
It's called the Hub.
Yeah, very cool. But remember when it finally got some water going, Dan Lee was public works guy, and he got an old washing machine motor and he put it down there to be able to create the water to come out of it. Is that a kick?
Clever people, and we had some extraordinary clever people, and we still do.
Let me digress to food assistance. Due to the government shutdown and generally rising prices, some residents need help. Where can Livermore residents find help for groceries or a hot meal?
Well, a lot of people think of Livermore, we're a bunch of Chardonnay sipping yuppies out here. But there really is tremendous need in the entire Tri-Valley. Over 30% of the people here in the Tri-Valley are rent burdened, which means that the cost of their housing is over 30%, and in some cases 50% of their annual income. So in Livermore, there are over 4,600 people that depend upon the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP. And you may remember that those payments were suspended when the government went into shutdown. Mm-hmm. And it was a question of, are people going to eat, or are they going to get medical care? And it literally became that was your issue. So we've got a number of nonprofits here. I think we've got over 14 nonprofits here in Livermore that serve the people that are looking for food assistance and in need. So we've got 14 nonprofits and faith-based organizations. They've got a variety of food services available. There's 14 of them, so you can find them on their website. For example, we have Open Heart Kitchen is there on North Livermore Avenue, yeah, and that's where their shelter is. And we have 23 units of affordable housing for people that were formerly homeless. We've got a resource center there, laundry center. People can collect their mail there, but that's at Open Heart Kitchen, and that's right there at Walnut and North Livermore, I'm sorry. And also we have Tri-Valley Haven has a food pantry. I believe it's 152 North L Street. It's just north of the railroad tracks. And there's also One Nation Dream Makers has food service available where they actually deliver food, boxes of food to families. So again, check the website, livermoreca.gov. There's a lot of great opportunities there. And as I've said many, many times, Livermore was known, Robert Livermore was known for his kindness and his generosity. And I think that continues, that spirit continues to exist in the DNA of our community to this day.
Well, would you say that they are serving people who are already here, or by the very fact that the services are coming, does that mean the people come?
Well, that's referred to as the bird feeder principle.
I see.
Because as long as you have a bird feeder out, the birds will come. But the fact of the matter is according to our PIT counts, the point-in-time counts, over 80% of the people that are without shelter here in the Tri-Valley grew up here. And what I find particularly tragic is that there were, I can name 5 people that were unsheltered, they were homeless, that died on the streets of Livermore. They had family here. They had family. Wow. But for a variety of reasons, whether it's mental illness or substance abuse, any of those, the families just could not help these people, and they passed away. So to say that oh, well, we're bringing these people in, no, they were born and raised here. 80% of the people that are unsheltered now lived here before they became unsheltered.
I see.
So it's a very easy myth that it's rather difficult to disprove. But as we have gone out in these point-in-time counts where we actually talk to the people that are unsheltered, this is where they're from. And so it's about looking after our own and looking after people that have hit hard times. And these are, it's funny, one of the most overused words right now seems to be unprecedented. But it really is. It's unprecedented. Well, it's like during COVID, the 3 most common expressions were unprecedented, pivot, and you're on mute.
RP. Oh.
So those were so there we are.
We have a little time before the break, and I wonder, Since last month was Domestic Violence Month, the Tri-Valley Haven has really played a big part in helping those who've been victims of violence. Can you tell us a little bit about how the city supports the Haven and how the organization helps victims?
So for over 4 decades, Tri-Valley Haven has provided support for victims of domestic violence. They're one of the, I think they're the only shelter that will take in teenage boys so
That's
that
true,
they don't disrupt the family.
That's a rough one.
But they provide emergency shelter, legal advocacy, the counseling, and most importantly, food. These people frequently arrive at Tri-Valley Haven with nothing but the clothes on their back. And they will call the shelter in desperation, and they will go get them and bring them back. So it's, these are people that are truly in crisis. And they've been doing this for 40 years. It's just remarkable, the tremendous service. And they provide service for the entire Tri-Valley. It's not just Livermore. But again, as I said, it's the spirit of kindness and generosity. It's in our DNA, but we serve the region because there is a need. This doesn't know class or economic classes. This is all social strata that suffer from domestic violence. But we support the Tri-Valley Haven through our Human Services grants. We've got a Human Services Commission that awards these grants. We get the Community Development Block Grant funds from the federal government. And while there's never enough money to meet all the demand, they can provide enough money to make a difference. So they provide fund for their emergency shelters, for the counseling services, the food pantry. There's also been, we've been able to provide financial and technical assistance as they rebuild their shelter. They're doubling the size of their shelter, and it's, they hope to break ground on that soon, but we continue to provide them with both financial and technical assistance.
Thank you for that. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back on this edition of Mayor's Report Livermore in just a moment. Welcome back to this edition of Mayor's Report Livermore. We are here talking with Mayor John Marchand from the city of Livermore, oddly enough.
Good to be back.
Leaves and storm preparedness, that's the topic. And I wonder if you would mention something about it. For example, the rain and seasonal changes are finally here, as we all know. And how is city staff getting the streets ready for the winter?
Well, we're getting busy. As you know, we've got all of these arroyos around here, and you know, they're called arroyos and not rios for a reason, because the arroyos are ephemeral streams, so they dry up during the summertime, and when it rains, you got water that flows down them. So you get a lot of accumulation of you know, the brush and the bushes and shrubs grow during the summertime, and they can actually clog up the waterways, which then you get all the other storm debris that collects, and in front of these culverts, it'll back up. So I've actually gone over the bridge over there by the golf course, and the water's been within like inches of the roadbed. Well, you remember over at Wente, where Wente Road went up into Tesla, we had those 3 culverts. They were like pipes in the ground, and that would wash out every couple of years. So our crews are out, they're very busy clearing the brush from the arroyos, working with Zone 7 to make sure that these waterways are clear. They just cleared a bunch of sediment from under the Arroyo Bridge to increase the capacity there, working on taking out the sediment, the vegetation. We've got our storm lift stations, so as the water accumulates, these lift stations can pump the water up and out. And we've got our Public Works Department. We have a standby staff that can be called at a moment's notice if there are problems out there. We've got our street sweepers and our leaf cleaners. We've got these big vacuum cleaners that go through the communities and suck up all the leaves. So we've got to make sure that the storm drains are clear so that when we get these storm events that the water goes where it's supposed to. This is part of the problem with the Regional Water Quality Control Board is they have these storm debris capture devices that are required, and they reduce the flow going into the storm drains, but we want the maximum amount of flow to go into the storm drains because that's how we get rid of the storm water so they don't flood the streets.
Well, I'll bet you Isabel requires extension.
It's tricky, but we've got our emergency generators that are throughout the community, and we make sure that the fluid and fuel levels on all those are checked, and we periodically fire them up to make sure all these things work. Work with our HVAC systems to make sure that those are all working so it maintains the temperatures comfortably in the city facilities. As I said, we're doing leaf collection, and street maintenance staff is out there to maintain we have 3 sandbag stations, so if people need sandbags and the storm waters are rising, if they're near the arroyos, we've got 1 sandbag station at the maintenance center on Robertson Park, fire station number 6, home of the famous light bulb,
yes,
and fire station 8. So we've got the bags and the sand. Residents have to supply their own shovels. We're actively working with the landscaping staff to make sure that trees, for example, in fact, there was a large cedar tree at Carnegie Park that went down during the most recent storm. So we had to go out there and cut that up to remove that from blocking the different roads and pathways. We've also turned off our irrigation systems because we're not going to need the water for a while. And so it's busy, but we've gotten, we just put up the Christmas tree downtown, so we got our lights up as well. So the public works staff has been very busy.
Well, speaking of celebrations, the 23rd annual Giving Tree event is going to take place. And what is it, and how can residents participate?
Giving Tree is one of my favorite things. Ever since we've had that, I've participated in that. But this is put on by the Livermore Police Department. It's a tree they put up in the lobby of the police station there on South Livermore. But any resident can come in and grab a couple of tags, and these are tags for families that are having a rough time. A lot of them are seniors.
This is more specific then, requests.
Oh yeah, and these are things, you might think that you get sort of cynical in this business after a while, and people are asking for like cars or Xboxes or color TVs. No, these are very, very basic sorts of things. Things like a robe, pajamas, food cards, something very basic that these are people that are in need, and it's an opportunity for people in the community to help other people within our community and to help them out. So when you take a gift tag, it will often say, this is for an older woman or an older man or a 12-year-old child, and things like gift cards for shoes, for a warm jacket. And these are in the lobby of the police station, but it's an opportunity. You don't know the person you're giving this to, but it just feels good that you're helping somebody, one of our neighbors that's having a rough time, and it's to reinstill in them the faith in our community and the faith in humanity that we're willing to reach out and help somebody else. Whether we know them or not, we're not going to get a thank you card, or we're not going to learn who we helped, or we're not going to get any acknowledgement of that. But it's just knowing that you've been able to help somebody.
Not only that, to give them something they want.
Right, yeah. Nobody just necessarily needs another set of decorative soaps. But
Is there a deadline?
Okay, so the tree just went up, and all the donated items should be returned unwrapped to the police department by Friday, December 6th. So it's open right now. They open up the tree, and the tags are on there, and it's an opportunity to help somebody out in our community, somebody who needs it, and somebody who, even though you won't see it, they sincerely appreciate it.
Isn't that heartwarming?
It really is, and the fact that you can give it to somebody that you know that needs it, and that you know is going to appreciate it.
Are there any upcoming things you might want to mention, any events that update us about?
Perfect timing. So we got all kinds of stuff. So we've got our holiday village in the park. That's going to be Friday, December 6th, I guess. Let's see. Oh, we got 2 dates here. So it's the Friday somewhere around December 5th or 6th. My dates are wrong, but it's this wonderful. You see these Hallmark movies. Well, this is kind of like a Hallmark movie in your own town. So it's at Carnegie Library Park. It runs Friday night. I think it's December 5th, from 4 to 8. Livermore downtown is going to transform Carnegie Park into a holiday village. It's like they said, it's like a Hallmark movie, but in real life. They've got hot chocolate, they've got craft booths, music. We're going to have carolers out there, food, holiday treats. It's a lot of fun. And it's usually freezing cold out there, so it's good to bundle up and get some of that hot chocolate. We've also got Deacon Dave's Casa del Pomba, the House of the Dove. His spectacular that was recognized as the best light show in the United States.
It doesn't get any better than that.
2024, it was recognized. So it starts on November 29th with his parade down Hillcrest Avenue starting at 6 o'clock. And of course, then there's the Holiday Sights and Sounds Parade and Christmas tree lighting that's going to be on Saturday, December 6th. There's going to be floats, performances by local bands, schools and businesses and clubs. I think we figured it out that last year, it was a beautiful evening, we had 1/4 of the city of Livermore turned out. It was like 30,000 people were down there. No, it was 1/3 of the people. But it was, I think everybody showed up. It was amazing. But that's going to be 6 o'clock, December 6th. First Street in downtown. The tree lighting is going to be immediately after that. Santa is going to arrive on the fire engine, and it's going to be there's going to be a children's choir from the Livermore Valley Joint Unified School Districts, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it.
And you'll be in the parade?
I will be there. I think I'm going to be one of the lead-off folks, but and then, as I said, the last one that comes up is Santa Claus on the fire engine.
Well, if you give me enough time, I'm going to try to find Mill Colorado's estate, because they promised always to have a 55 Thunderbird available for the mayor for that parade.
Okay. All right. Well, now we've got a float. We decided to get everybody inclusive, and so all the council and the mayor we're all on a float together instead of the individual cars. Because there was one year, I actually have a sign. It's a magnetic sign. It says, Livermore Mayor John Marchand,
yeah.
And I put it on the car, and it was a BMW with aluminum doors, and it fell right off. It's like, wait, they don't stick anymore.
Well, with that, let me say thank you, Mayor, for being here today and updating us. It's been a wonderful time.
Always fun.
And thank you for watching this edition of Mayor's Report Livermore. Join us for the next episode of Mayor's Report right here on Tri-Valley TV. I'm Dr. Marshall Kamina. Thank you for joining us.